How are all of you lovely people doing today? My name is John, and today I have something really awesome I want to show you guys. So I have along with me a friend who helped me create these, Sandro. Sandro, how you doing?
Hey man, I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so about, I would say like a month ago, I had this idea to do like a Zombie Chronicles poster set, and I was on Reddit, and I came across Sandro, who had actually done like just a bit of fan art for kind of like as Origins was being released, kind of like little hype. And I saw it and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Like I would love to like have the posters that I was making in the style of this artwork. So I contacted Sandro and we decided to come together to make these 8 awesome posters, right?
Yeah, totally. It was pretty funny since I usually never draw zombies. And then bought a new graphic tablet and I was like, I gotta try it out. So I make something, and also the hype is Zombie Chronicles. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna paint that. Nonetheless.
Curious, what is like your background as like an artist?
So as an artist, so like from a timeline kind of like, I started when I was, I don't know, maybe, I think I just painted forever basically. I started when I was 3 years old or something. And as time went by, I just always loved painting, and then also watching cartoons and something, because that was always pretty cool to see how things are created. And how you don't have to have something that's really there to picture them. So kind of went along. After I was, I don't know, 16 or something, I started working. And then I was like, I don't know, that's nothing for me. I just want to go to study. And so I studied communication design, which is basically like commercial design, like graphic design and something like that. And that also just pushed me further into drawing and something. So that's basically like my story. I did it all the time, and I think I'm never gonna stop doing it.
Nice. I gotta say, you did an incredible job with some of these posters. Actually, not some of them, all of them. You did an incredible job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, because
really
I
appreciate it.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, I can just like find an artist who like can make posters. Like there's lots of people who do that, but I'm like, well, why don't I get somebody who actually like knows the game, who actually like enjoys it and is interested in this kind of stuff, like I think everybody else who's listening to this is. And I figured this was like the perfect opportunity. It was like a match made in heaven. Here's like a super talented artist, and I can help like sort of bring his artwork to the forefront. What we have for you guys are 8 different posters. So we have one for each Zombie Chronicles map. We have Noct, we have Shino Numo, Verrucht, Kino, Shangri-La, Origins, Moon. Am I missing one? Oh, Ascension, of course.
Yes, Ascension,
and that's one of my favorites too. How could I forget that? So you guys can go pick that up if you'd like in the link below. So you can buy them in a pack. I think it's there's 8 posters for $40. So you can check that out down below. We should be shipping to most of the world, so you should be able to get a poster if you would like one. So please do go check that out down below. And just looking at them, I gotta say, some of the ones that stick out to me the most, my personal favorites. I love Origins. I love like I love what you did with the Templar zombie, which is like that's from the intro where he like kind of rips that face off and then holds it behind him and he's looking at you and it charges. I love how you incorporated that into the tomb. And then Ascension, there's something about Ascension that I like the way it's laid out. Like you have the building, you have the rocket, and then you have Gersh's face kind of like looking down into the sky. At first when I saw Gersh, like as we were in like the designing process and I saw Gersh, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like originally I'd kind of suggested maybe just a ball of light like we saw in Gerard Krovi. But then over time it really grew on me, and I'm like, I'm starting to really love what you did with his face there in the sky.
Yeah, I really wanted, because he didn't have a face. Like now we know he's on the Ascension poster, but we didn't know it back then. And it was like kind of the myth, how is he looking? Who is that guy? You know, we heard his voice, and all you see of him is like this ball of light. And I just wanted to be him because he's almost every time present, all the time. In the map itself, he speaks to us, and I thought that it would be pretty cool to have something in the background, like kind of hide him in the clouds. So he's watching over the whole Ascension, over the whole Cosmodrome.
That's kind of what he's doing. Like his voice is ever present in Ascension. Like he's all of like the announcements, all the machinery, but then he's also there following us, kind of helping us, guide us through the Easter egg. And then one of the things I also love is like, so in the Shangri-La poster, I like how at the top the Screecher zombie is kind of screaming, but then it also in a way kind of ripples through the entire poster.
Yeah, I wanted to make a little break from that, because usually, I mean, he's in the tunnel, which is underground, which is under the temple, kind of there. So I just thought maybe we can switch it up. I mean, he has a pretty cool look. Also, the shriek, like this effect he's doing. And I kind of wanted to just, you know what, screw it. We just turn it around. We get him up there, not down.
So when you were making some of these posters, what were like some of your favorites to work on, or what were like what was like the design process like?
So basically, I always started with just quick little sketch, like the one I sent you before, which is just really one ballpoint pen and just a paper, and really small. I mean, they're like, I don't know, 6, 7 centimeters
like little tiny postage stamp.
Yeah, this is just for me to just get them. I made like 3 or 4 of everyone, and just send you the best one. So what I did, I was like taking in mind like the composition. Where do I put things? Where do I want things to happen? And they all make out this very special flow, like you only get when you just try out. And so before I start and take hours and hours to make a poster and then say, but that looks like shit, you know, because there's like it doesn't flow right, or it just doesn't feel right. So I started with that. Then I would open up my Photoshop. I would get onto my graphic tablet and just really barely sketch out what I wanted to make. Like it's all gray at first, and then you start defining the edges. You just add in little details, and you kind of build it up from there. And then after that, you just take one layer of color over it, and there you go.
How long would you say one poster took?
From the designing process, also because you wanted to add me in some little Easter eggs that I didn't know.
So we added a lot of little Easter eggs.
And they were like, I wanted to say, like, there was really some of them where I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I don't know what he's talking about there. So I was also going into YouTube and Google and just trying to find out about these things. Because there are maps in this map that I personally never ever played. I had Black Ops 1 until the Resurrection DLC. So basically all of the World War mechs are missing for me, and also Moon. So I never play them. Also Origins. I played Black Ops 1, but also only Transit there. So I had to kind of think about, okay, where do I put things, and how big are they of an impact onto the map and on the story? Because I can just take like one of these little notch Easter egg or something and just make it really big, because that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, definitely. Like there was a brainstorming period where I wrote down all of the little Easter eggs or all of the little story hints that I wanted to include in these posters. And some of them get incredibly obscure. Like we have references to like different ciphers. We have references to the Wii version of Keenan der Toten. I think that might be as obscure as it gets when you're making references to Keenan der Toten on the Wii. But like I really wanted these posters to be very dense, and I wanted people to look at them multiple times and still be able to find new or interesting things in them. Like I didn't want it to be just kind of like a one-time look. Like you see it and then you get everything there. I wanted this to be something you can explore, much like we explore, say, a Zombies map. Yeah, like you look at it at first and you say, okay, that's Shang. Like there's no question, that's Shang. Yeah, you see it instantly. And then you go in and you look like the little details and you look at these little things in there, and that's pretty cool, I think. Like it makes you enjoy the poster much longer than the usual poster. We would just look at it and it's beautiful, it's fine, it's cool. But you can really dig into it and go like, okay, well, what is there hidden there, and what is that, and just take it all together. I think that's pretty cool. Like exactly, and you did an excellent job creating the posters.
Thank you so much.
I can't get over how much I love these. Like I look at them and I'm like, so I haven't actually printed them yet, but I can't wait to print them and put them on my wall. I'm so hyped for it. So I'm curious, what of the 8 posters, which are your particular favorites?
I mean, every one of these posters has something to me that is like awesome. I mean, we can go over it. Like Shangri-La, I really love the statues with water. I really love them. Like if you go really into detail and look at it, it's totally messy. But if you look at it from a distance, like that's with the whole posters. It's like it's not that 100% accurate and detailed. Like not every notch, not every little grass is there. Yeah. It's just about like taking it in from there. So I really like that one. And also what I really like is Origins, because I like the color scheme. I don't know, it all fits together. It's exactly like the real Origins. I mean, there's like really like the colors, like the blue, and down the brown with the Templars, and also the stuffs as they're lighting up. I mean, that's something that's a kind of color scheme that is completely bound to Origins in that case. Like, I mean, that's pretty cool.
I like how even the way it's like structured, so you have like the battle up top and it flows down, so you got like the sky and then the ground and then of course underground, which is where the statues would be. Origins to me is one of my favorites in terms of just flow. I think Origins and Ascension kind of meet that for me.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, and I gotta say, so the first one you showed me was Knocked. And one of the things I loved about Knocked was how you incorporated the original comic design into the flow of the poster.
Yeah, because it was like the first map ever created, and we have like down there, if you look at it, you have like this zombie running into, which is iconic scene from the intro.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, but there has to be more, because Knocked is basically a really naked map if you get it like this.
Yeah. Well, it was
compared to the others.
It was difficult to brainstorm for Knocked because it was like there's only so much I can do with Knocked.
Yeah, there's really nothing on this map. Like you got the mystery box, you got the snipper's cabinet, and that's it.
Yeah.
The map's done.
It's very basic in some ways, unfortunately, but that also makes it more fun to design too, because now it's a challenge. It's like how do I bring this to life?
So you really have to grasp for every little info, detail, or a kind of story or fan fiction that was written about this map. Like you have to take something out of it. So we came up with a loading screen. Also, you got a teleporter guide there. Also, this big silence, which makes a great contrast and a break in the whole picture, in my opinion. So that's something it's also pretty cool. As you see the guy with the ray gun up there, like shooting with the green light. There's action down there. There's fire. There's a lot of flow, and then there's just silence in the middle, which is like what? There's nothing to do with silence. I really like that a lot. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just can't get over how much I love these. I want to thank you again for working with me on this project. This was fun to see all of them come together.
You're welcome. I really appreciate it.
So if any of you guys are interested in picking up these posters, you can find a link below on my website, johnnyj25.com. That'll be there. Sandro, where can they find you and your other artwork if they want to look into more of your stuff?
So you can find me on my Facebook page, which is Youth Cult, which is basically like my brand.
We'll have a link to that in the description, of course.
Again, also on Instagram and also on YouTube. I may want to try to go and make more streaming stuff for live art. So if you are interested in that, you can really follow me, subscribe to my channel, and we'll make it up from there.
Yep, please do go check out Sandro's channel. All of his links, his Instagram, his Facebook, his potential YouTube, will be in the description. I would highly recommend you guys go check it out. He is an incredible artist. And if you'd like the posters, be sure to check them out in the links as well. So I think that just wraps about everything. Sandro, do you have any sort of final things you want to say?
Basically just want to say go buy the posters and thank you for if you do so.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, please do go check them out. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and bye.